Yes! Hello YouTube, we are back again. We got another deck profile. Revisiting Plunder Patrols. This time, since, was it Wanting Travelers came out, we had some new toys to add to the deck, specifically the engine everybody's playing, the Water Enchantress, Rite of Aramesir, Brave package, because it synergizes super well with this deck. We're gonna go over the card by card real quickly. Triple Maxi, Triple Ash, just kind of stable hand traps. And that's pretty much it for hand traps. I've decided to go build a going second. This list is blind second, and it's based on board breaking rather than like stopping an opponent setting up. There are a little bit of issues with that, in that the Adventure Rose Tenyi deck tends to be really hard to out those boards, but majority of other boards we have the tools to destroy other matchups, if you'll see in some of the replays that we have. So, 2 Water Enchantress, 2 Rites, that's pretty standard. The 1 Griffin Rider here works as an extender, also as a negate. The 1 Draco back, of course, and the 1 Fateful Adventure to round out the adventure package. Obviously, I wouldn't play any deck without Winda, and you don't have to, player. This is literally just me. She's my my wind ship pilot, which we don't have a wind ship, but you know, she's there. She's there for the support. Onto the actual Plunder core, we're playing 3 Whitebeard, very standard. This is your best enabler, I guess, in the deck, because it serves as both has the quick effect to summon a ship from the extra deck and the ability to float, which is really nice when you combine it with stuff that lets you discard, like Droplet, or the Shipyard Field spell, which allows for easy access to Blackbeard. We only play 2 Redbeard in this build because it doesn't come up nearly as often. At least it's not something that you want to really open. It's only good if you open it alongside Black Eyes to make the turn 1 Blackbeard. Otherwise, you just want to like float into it off of Whitebeard for additional tags in the ships, or just a discard effect, or whatever it's sent to the graveyard from the monster zone or from the hand to re-equip to a ship that you usually hard make. So in this case, you can use like Golden Hair and Redbeard to synchro to a brand, and then the re-equip can equip to the brand, so it has a quick effect on its banish effect. We played 2 Bluebeard. If this was a going first build, I'd probably play 3. But I feel like having 3 is a little too much, and it doesn't come up. It's the one that comes up the least, I find, in a build like this. So you can still make your Toad Shark plays turn 1 if you open it, or turn 2. But a lot of the time, you're just trying to break boards going second anyway. And it helps with at least extending to make like your Blackbeard plays, or like your Bulwark or Brand plays. But it's not quite as important as like some of the other cards that we are playing here. We're already 44 cards, so we're kind of cutting down on the numbers. Triple Golden Hair, though, I think you should be playing 3, just because it is, as long as you have a discard, it is a 1-card Blackbeard almost always. The ability to almost summon her and then go into Almirage and then bring her back with her own effect allows for Blackbeard, which is literally the heart and soul of the deck. We play Triple Black Eyes here because it always makes sure that you have Plunders in hand while being an extender as well. Again, ways to make Blackbeard is always good. And being able to summon itself, get the material you want to use for your ship banish back to the hand. There's a lot of sequencing you can do to make this. The one thing you gotta remember is when you use the effects of Black Eyes and Whitebeard, and if you use the hand effect of Golden Hair, which that doesn't really come up too often, you get locked into Plunder Patrols. So make sure you do your Brave stuff like early, and you usually want to, so you can get Griffin Rider out, so you do it before you get like locked into Plunders. One thing that's also nice that you can do with regarding like the Griffin Rider and the Whitebeard is that you can use the Fateful effect to add the Griffin Rider. Like once you already have the token in play, add the Griffin Rider, discard Whitebeard, and then when you use Whitebeard's effect, you can chain to summon Griffin, and then you'll get the summon for Griffin. You'll still get the summon from Whitebeard, and then after that you get locked into Plunders. So you get all your Brave Engine pieces in play, as well as you get your effectively your Blackbeard setup, or if you don't have another Plunder monster, you have the Redbeard to tag into something if need be. 2 Kaijus. Originally, I had 3 Kaijus and a Kaiju Slumber, but we were getting too many hands where we were opening multiple Kaijus, and it just felt like there was a lot of dead weight regarding the Kaiju package, so we only played the 2 Kaijus, and honestly, it was fine. It was really good at outing stuff like towers. Like, we did run into Rival Cybers, and it's nice to have, but the other, like, too many Kaijus is a bit too much. I think we had enough going second board breaking stuff that we didn't really need more, because we didn't really want to see multiple Kaijus anyway. So I felt this was okay to Radion as a dark, so you can go into more work. And then we played the Foolish Burial, which is mostly to send Water Girl but also it can send something like Whitebeard if you have black eyes, and then that allows you to summon the black eyes, get the Whitebeard, and the Whitebeard can summon. You can make a Synchro play or a Blackbeard play, and then you get the extra summon from the deck. You can send Golden Hair too. You can use Golden Hair's Grave Effect to get yourself back. Those are generally the things you want to send off of Foolish Burial, so it has multi-utility here. But usually you're just sending it to get the Water Enchantress to the graveyard to start your Brave Engine plays. 1 Terraforming for the field spell, which you play 3 of. Double copies of Lightning Storm, double copies of Triple Tactics Talent. These are just going second board breaking cards. Tactics is actually pretty, it's like a hit or miss card, but I feel like a lot of things are interrupting you during your main phase that it tends to be pretty okay. It's just when they can set up multiple negates, it starts to get a little bit hectic. And then our other is going second, like, board breaking card, Droplet. This card synergizes very well with the deck because, as I said before, you get the if you send them from the hand, you Plunders from the hand, like you get the Black Eyes effect can also summon from a Plunder from the monster zone. The Whitebeard gets the float, Redbeard allows to re-equip, and you can also send equip Plunders to the graveyard with Droplet, so it effectively becomes free, just for like extra negates. So we play 2 Droplets there. We play the 1 Emblem as well. This actually can come up. It's one of the ways that you can beat, potentially, I say potentially, beat over a 6k Arrival Cybers, because you can get yourself up to exactly 6,000 with 2 brands and a full back row with Emblem and the field spell. But also it can, I find it actually ends up being very good at outing Appaloosa, just by, because if you get ashed or something throughout the game, or if you've ashed your opponent and they still end them like Appaloosa or something, you can emblem away a random Plunder Patrol into a 3k brand, and that can allow you to beat over the Appaloosa, and then you can start playing through second main phase, which is kind of neat. It's also another spell that's searchable off of Mowork and for the field spell. Like, it can come up. It's not super relevant, but one thing at least is it's a Plunder name in hand, which is very important when you are utilizing your ships for their effects. Then we got 2 Call by the Grave, kind of standard, lets you play the game, lets your opponent from playing the game. Anti-maxi stuff is always important because this deck can summon. Sometimes this deck can summon a lot, sometimes you need to summon a lot, sometimes you don't need to summon at all, and you can just literally end on token, normal summon pass, and then you're good. And then we play 1 copy Booty. This card's amazing. I actually love this card in multiples, just because it's what it does for the deck is so powerful. It's a Call of the Haunted that non-targets revives and changes the attribute. So if you go up against a matchup where you don't have ships with the same attribute as your opponent's deck, which there are many things that come to mind: Trap Tricks, Virtual World, Floowandereeze. Those are all decks that don't really, even like Zoos, they don't really make. They're all Earth and Wind type decks, which are the 2 things we're missing. So having something like Booty to change their attribute is quite fantastic for that. And then now we go to the extra deck. Triple copies of Lists. I did have 2 until someone convinced me to accidentally convert the Ulti-Guy Paleo target, but it's fine. 3 Lists is good. I think it only really came, the 3rd one usually doesn't come up too often. It's just nice to have when you're like, need to get into like a really grind game. Play 1 White Aura Rail. I think I've only summoned this like a couple times, honestly, and it was against like under skill drain, just to have another beat stick that can occur itself. It was good, but it's not something that's mandatory. But I think it's a good like 15th card to have. 2 brands, perfect number, wouldn't change it. Toad Bahamut. Again, those are for when you go first. Usually, you can end on Bahamut Toad. The play Bahamut Shark Toad off of because there's like 2 ways to do it. You can either, if you open like Golden Hair, Bluebeard, and like another like a Black Eyes, that makes Toad and Blackbeard, because you can summon Golden Hair, summon Bluebeard. It can be any level. It can be any Plunder Patrol monster actually, as long as it's with Bluebeard and Black Eyes. Dragite is you can play Dragite, but I don't think you get a lot of value off of it if you don't actually play like Nibiru in the deck for the random chance of bouncing. But Nibiru is also an option, but you kind of need to have ways to out it. So, and we have Kaijus that can help out it. I don't know. I never felt like Dragite wasn't necessary. Even if I had it, like I don't even think I'd still like play it. In all honesty, because I like these ratios too. Triple Mowork. 3 does actually come up a lot for me, I find. So I actually don't mind having the third one. Almirage is mandatory because you need to be able to use it with golden hair. And you can even do it too if you open Redbeard, you can summon Redbeard, link it off. Black Eyes back to Redbeard, and that makes Blackbeard off the 2. This is mandatory, and 3 captains, Blackbeards. No more Kaiju Slumber? Nah, I took it out. It was kind of bad. Like, it would either get ashed, or there just would be too much stuff going on where it would just get negated. So I didn't really like Slumber that much. In a different meta, when there's less, like, 9 pillars and stuff going around, I think it would get a little bit better. Because then at least you can Slumber and then Droplet. But for now, because there's so much 9 pillars, that's why there's no Dark Ruler no more in this list too, is because there's just so many... All the Adventure Rose decks are setting up 9 pillars, and your Dark Ruler no more just gets hit by that, and then you still have to play through like the 4 negates that they have left in the potential Blackout as well. 3 Blackbeard is mandatory as well. I know budget players are going to be upset with this, but you do need 3 and 3 of the Plunder Patrol URs, which means you're going to have to go through about 8 full goals to get to them, so that sucks on that front. But yeah, that's the Plunder Patrol deck. 44 cards, technically 43 if you take out the Winda. I'm not going to do that though. And I'm going to show off a couple replays right now for you guys in just a moment. So we are blind second with this build. So I'm making sure that we have, okay, yeah, we'll speed up these duels too. So we got Floowandereeze here. Can be a rough matchup at sometimes. A lot of times actually, just because they're all wind-based. The only thing you really go into with your ships is just another Blackbeard. But this matchup is winnable with like stuff like Forbidden Droplet, and like the Brave package can help as well. So he's going to do his regular Floowandereeze setup here. Searches the M-Pen. Summons the M-Pen. You also have to like find OTK lines. The cool thing about Plunders is there's a lot of like hidden ways of like OTKing, and like a lot of different plays that just, it's like, this deck is definitely tricky to play. It's a big brain deck, so to speak. So we're going to use the Shipyard here. We're going to pitch the Water Girl. We're going to Dreaming Town right now for the Eaglin. We're going to do that. We can't let him set up Apex Avian or like anything particular here. So we're going to Droplet the 2 things that are problematic for us, which is the Eaglin and the Barrier Statue. Water Enchantress here. Add ourselves a right. Activate right. Make a token. Yes, we have a little bit of mods on here, but don't worry about it. It's the best adventure token. Alright, and then here's what I'm talking about, where you can chain the effect of Whitebeard, or use Whitebeard's effect and chain Griffin to get both summons. Then we got our Redbeard here, the golden hair that back to discard the equip. Equip allows us to equip. Then it's at the graveyard. We bounce the M-Pen here. Go into a Bran. Redbeard allows us to equip. We got the Black Eyes here. Summon itself. We still haven't even used our normal summon yet. Banish the map so that we can actually get a normal summon here. But he scoops it up here anyway. Otherwise, the game plan here is just to summon another Whitebeard and then just synchro into a second Bran, and then we just have like 1,000,000 damage in play. And plus we still have our Griffin negate. Yeah, so this was back when we had the Kaiju Slumbers in the deck, and we had like... Our Kaiju lineup was one of each of the Radeon, Thunder King, and Dogeron, just because they're one of each attribute. But yeah, after much grinding, we eventually I came to the conclusion that I'd rather just play less Kaijus overall, and just have more stuff like Triple Tattoo Talents straightforward. Because I think at this point, this list was only playing 1. And then I bumped it up to an extra copy, and then trimmed down the deck size in general. So he's got Baron, Aurora Dawn. You all know this combo. Maybe. Set up the Danglong. Goes the Borreload Savage Dragon. So this isn't like super standard, There are ways to end on a much more impressive board with this kind of deck. But it is still like pretty solid though. He gets the Chi Search. He still has the 9 pillars. Just find some Protoss because he's got the Synchros. But he doesn't even summon it. Which is actually great for us. We draw Maxi the turn after, of course. We're gonna get rid of the Borload Savage Dragon, attempt to Kaiju Slumber here. He's gonna negate us. We're gonna Water Girl here, now that the coast is effectively clear. Activate the right. Get the Fateful effect. Grab the Wandering Griffin Rider. Pitch the Maxi because it's not going to be useful for us during this time. We're going to activate this here. He's going to Chi-Jiao and negate the Baron so we don't get the pop. We're going to steal the Baron. Then we're going to summon the Griffin Rider. Use Fateful effect. We now get the Draco back. We can summon the Golden Hair, link off the 2 for a Blackbeard. Golden Hair effect, pitch the Draco back. We summon herself. Draco back effect. Equip. We have the bounce on the Kaiju now. Blackbeard to equip. Got a Mower here. Hit the Whitebeard. Fantastic drop deck here. Gives us Shipyard. And the way we can do this too, it's ends up working out because we drew the Shipyard, we can play it, pitch the Kaiju we just bounced, which there's more synergy there too, is you have the ability of Draco back bouncing Kaijus back to the hand, and being able to rip a Plunder using the Mowork to banish to get the field spell. Now we can just pitch the Kaiju that we're done with it and guarantee we have Plunders in our hand. Alright, again, blind second. Now this this duel is interesting in that I kind of did something that I mean, it was literally like I probably don't get punished here, and then I totally got punished here, and we were able to take it back, and it made for a great duel otherwise. So here, I'm like, he's trying to leave main phase, go into end phase. I know he has a delay of some sort, which means he probably has Max C. Sure, what the heck. If he wants to use Max C to draw 1 card, it'll probably be fine. Assuming he doesn't draw exactly Picari or a Chi-Chi. Because I knew that he bricked. And he slams down the island, which already tells me that he has the Picari, so now he just has full combo, and I'm sitting here just kind of looking like a goof. Life Twins of Grashadol. I can play Life Twins, it's fine. Or I can do either, it's fine. Grabs the Baruru. Picari. He's doing his whole lineup here. Dark Templar at Ignister comes out. Wyrm, the Chi-Chi at Imposter. So it's just Tootsie Roll at Ignister. 1. Chi-Chi, Barudu. You want to see me sacrifice with Benkei? Okay. Ranked? No, we can't do that. There's no way. Makes a Splash Mage. Almost has the 6k towers. Brings back the Doyen. Summons Tootsie Roll. And literally went from what would have been Dark Infant Pass to full combo. And now we have to navigate our way through this. We have Kaijus in our deck. Which means we have to play long enough to draw into them. And this is where we still had to be Kaijus, so... Kaijus and Slumber, because Slumber can switch Kaiju. We have technically 4 Kaijus in the deck. We're going to pitch here. We're just going to try and wall up as much as possible versus this and try and draw as many cards as possible. Making the Blackbeard. Use the effect. And Booty's going to play a huge role in this game, being able to alter attributes and lets us wall up. Here I summon Brand to banish the thing, because that is pretty much all I can go into. Either that or Mowork. He didn't have a light because he got back the light with one of his effects. And now here, the call by the Chi-Chi And then I am reminded by Lingerevo existing, so I just shotgun the booty to have to summon something back and make a list right now. Otherwise, we would just straight up lose to a Lingerevo. He doesn't make it. He tries going Splash Mage. We have the effective list here to negate. There's a Shipyard, just trying to thin our deck as much as possible. That's going to shovel us back, but that's okay. We have the Whitebeard float, and we can summon the Whitebeard that's in this Phone Trap Red Zone. Summon the red. Red effect to summon Blackbeard, and then the Blackbeard can pawn over the Whitebeard if we need to. Which is we do. Just make sure we guarantee have Plunders in place so that we don't lose the booty. Bulwark Banish, again, thinning our deck. Draw the right. Again, right's pretty solid here. Lets us wall up a bit, lets us thin our deck some more. Got another copy of right from the deck. Booty here, just testing to see. Just our effects, check some delays. See if we can actually revive something under it, which we can't, because it has to fully resolve. So if you ever wanted to know that, you cannot booty an unaffected monster. But I mean, I knew that anyway from previous Traptrix games. I just was trying to get delays from our opponent, but there was nothing there anyway. So we're just walling up here. Our stuff is currently protected from battle by once, at least the equipped monsters are. We're going to booty on this immediately, put back to Blackbeard. Make another list here, wall up defense mode. He's going to attack to the list, but like I said, the Fateful, very good synergy here. The Fateful protects any equipped monster, it's not just the token. So you might get to keep some stuff around you wouldn't otherwise get to keep around, which is nice. So here is an interesting turn. First of all, I forgot to search with Fateful to thin my deck. But I also thought because it might not would have mattered, because at this point I'm thinking, I think I can kill him here. So I'd purposely droplet away the Fateful just to get the Fateful off the table, even though knowing this can't be this is unaffected, and you're gonna see why. Get the Draco back off the table as well. Go on the Blackbeard, Redbeard equipped. Gets us 3 Plunders here equipped. I need to get the other brand back into the extra deck for this to work. Synchro into the brand. Whitebeard's gonna last a summon. And now we can just synchro for another brand. Bluebeard, just ditch the right, thin our deck some more, just in case. Summon the Golden Hair, equip the Golden Hair to a Mulwark, and then equip the Emblem to the brand, which puts it at 6k attack. Go to battle phase, and this doesn't do anything particularly right now, but he has the Danmari, which him opening Danmari is really unfortunate, because now that means I negate here because I want him to force out the effect to negate something, as opposed to having that effect later on. I might as well do it here because our Kaiju option of outing this with the Kaiju is still intact. We have 17 cards left in our deck and we haven't seen a single Kaiju. But it was very cool to me that we almost were able to out this just by battle. But he had the Danmari, it would have made that would have made for a great replay just on its own. But we're not out yet. We still have outs to this thing. I'm gonna max E here because he gets to spawn a token when the thing's destroyed. And I'm going to use this to special summon the Blackbeard. And then there it is. 15 cards left in our deck. 16th card is the Kaiju. Just got to not die here, and it doesn't look like we are. Take 2k from the attack. Equip during the end phase. Summon another list. Gets us a monster negate for the turn. Get that guy out of there. Get him really out of there. We don't have any more spell search targets, by the way, so this is just it. In the battle phase, do this for like Nibiru stuff, but it doesn't really matter because punch for 25 from the Golden Hair, 41, and like a million damage forward. Turn 8, we had 15 cards left in our deck. Alright, this hand is not spectacular, it's fine. The issue with like blind second with these kind of builds too is if you draw the Garnet type of monsters, it becomes a legit hindrance. But you're gonna learn real quickly as to why Invoke Dogmatica Shadal is not really viable. Unfortunately. So he has the regular standard play, the Macabre. Let's back the Alistair the Invoker. Has the Ecclesia. Like, this is what you want to see. This is what you want to see when you play Invoke Dogmatica Shadal. You have the Macabre, the Alistair boost to protect the Winda, and the Schism. And the Flare Negate. And we're just gonna play through it. I send the Toad here to return itself. I don't know why he called by the grave this. Because, like, all it was doing was just returning itself from the extra deck. But that's one less piece of interaction we have to deal with. He discards a Gamma, which is interesting because that means we have... I mean, it's not that interesting. He has lights for days. So just a Fleur. So he has the set Schism. And I think an unknown card. So we're gonna bait out the Schism right now for the Winda. We're gonna summon Griffin right now. He's gonna negate it. That's fine. And it's a cross out just to call by the grave. Just to get it out of there so we don't call by the grave anything. Him negating this is actually like perfectly okay for him, by the way. So that goes away. He has a Fleur in hand still, but now we have Water Enchantress. And the Winda is outed literally by one card. Code PTSD? You'll probably. Normal summon Golden Hair gets us a Draco back. Get a search for Water Girl. Pitch the Draco back. Re-equip. Return the Winda. I love. Summon the big meaty slam dunk on the table. Makes the Blackbeard. Have Golden Hair here, pitch. We're gonna go to Battle Phase here to try and bait out the Fleur. He chooses not to use it. So we attack. Quick effect here. Go into the Mowork. Banish the Macabre. It's already exhausted its negate. Get a search for the Shipyard. Main phase 2. Play the Shipyard. Decide I don't need the call by the grave. I've already got like full control of this game. Get the Black Eyes. Black Eyes will allow us to get the Golden Hair back. So that's a discard for the Mowork, and then we have a quick effect here. End phase. Just on the draw phase, just shotgun this. Summon the list for the monster effect negate, and then banish. Get an extra draw here. And he's done. Literally, the IDS God draw setup is outed. Alright, I think this was our rank up game. Yeah, this was our rank up game, and yeah. This one's interesting. So, he opens up right. Honestly, I did not think we were going to win this duel at all. But somehow he managed to do so. So, he's playing Adventure Prank Kids. What a fitting final boss to be facing. As the Griffin Rider. Has the setup. He's got Prank Kids plus the right opener. So's the Doodle. Does kid stuff. Chooses pranks. Dumps the Duber Pandemonium because he can get it back with the Doodle. Look at the Prank Kids. Ouch. Hurts slightly. For you and me fun, thank you for the follow. Here's your personal shout out to YouTube. There's the Prank Kids Pranks. Pitches, makes a token. Link Spider. Fun and interactive gameplay. The only thing he's missing right now is a Max C. DPE, Prank Kids, so we got Pandemonium to play through. DPE, didn't open any of the Garnets. Negate on here. So my plan here is I need to bait, because I know he's going to try and summon Battle Butler here. I need to bait the Griffin. Negate. So we summon here. He's just going to shotgun Pandemonium, which is fine. Him floating to a kid here is actually okay, because that means our triple attack is immediately turned on. I'm going to activate the emblem here. Honestly, we should have probably lost this duel, but thankfully our opponent wasn't playing. I mean, I don't think that was clearly the best thing they could have done. They could have waited for activation. I'm going to crash here, again, just trying to bait out negates here, because I kind of have to. I have to hope my opponent just does not play optimal here, because these kind of boards are really difficult to break currently for Plunder Patrol with the build that I'm currently on. I do see myself playing a going first strategy in the future as well, but right now I like the going second version. It's fine. So we triple attack the Battle Butler. He can't tribute it off because we don't control any monsters. I'm gonna use the Black Ice here. Now it would be hilarious to just pawn off the Battle Butler to wipe the field, but I actually need to make a play because I still have to out the DPE, and I need to leverage this booty as much as I can, and I currently can't without discarding this Whitebeard. So I go into the Blackbeard here, go into the Mowerk, draw Water Grill, which is nice. Banish the kid, so we force him to have to top deck a kid. I get to dish the Water Grill now. Grab the right. Cannot use it though, because we are locked in the Plunders, but doesn't matter anyway, he has a cross out. Set that, and then here, before the DPE comes back, I want to shotgun the booty, turn something into a light. So I can add the Whitebeard. We can use Whitebeard's effect to float the Bran and immediately banish the Faithful, just so he can't get the Griffin Rider. I could have also banished the Draco back too, just so I have more things to play, but I felt like stopping another negate is probably important here. Blowing the Blackbeard because he has the water in the drop seeds, and I can equip it to the list. And now we still have a banish here and a negate here. He summons the DPE. He attempts to bounce here. We're gonna summon here, and I think he lagged out or just quit the game because I don't know, maybe this was too much for him, but that's I mean, I take it. That was our rank up game. I think we were still winning anyway. He would have had to top something very powerful because we do still have the banish here on the Mowerk, and we still have like a full field, so we'd have to like be able to try and set up Battle Butler again or something. But that is Plunder Patrol blind second for Master Duel in the July format with the Brave Engine. Very powerful stuff, can break a lot of boards, or some unfortunate hands he can have, but yeah, that's Plunder Patrol, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, we finally got it. Anyway, take care, guys. Peace. Bye.